Again, it's enough of a right hand to get his opponent off balance. Sneaks the left hook through, maybe doesn't land clean. Then there's a nice right hand that lands clean. But this is what I want to look at. It's Mike's entries, because these will be the moments where Mike has a shot, in my opinion. His entries into range. If he can enter into range, make Jake miss and make him pay, hurt Jake, and now he's on the inside where things are a little less dangerous for him, and Jake's a little hurt already. This could be the moment where I rethink this entire equation. Like, this could be the, oh shit, Mike got him moment, right? Like, imagine where you were when Francis Ngannou hit Tyson Fury with the left hook and drop. How many people predicted that? I'll give you the answer. It was, as a percentage, damn near zero. If that is to happen, right? If Mike is to take this entry, right? Jab, level change, right hand doesn't land, but all he's doing here, and again, I'm not saying that you want to get hit like Mike does here. He kind of gets framed on, but I'm sure Jake is throwing the jab there. He's throwing the hook there. Or if this isn't against the ropes, he's maybe looking for that overhand. But all Mike's trying to do is get to this position, right? And Mike was very squared up in that peekaboo stance for his entire career. And it was just so he could get to where he could hit you with either shot, and they were power hands. He had balance in both those shots. He's essentially turned an angle here, and when he does, boom, big left hook right on the button. I saw some people said, oh, he's a left hook to the body. No, he destroys that man's face and nose with a nasty left hook on the recoil and sits his sparring partner to the ropes. That was nasty. That's a 58-year-old man dropping, I don't know how the level of this opponent. I don't know the age of it, but that's another heavyweight, big boy, and what looks to be pillows. 18, maybe 16-ounce gloves. Big time stuff. And then obviously you have Rafael Cordeiro reminding him that's good enough. But that's a lot of momentum and a lot of power and a lot of muscle memory. I'm just saying if that happens, holy shit. But then we have this, which I think is really cool. Mike is in camp, and it says Muhammad Ali's longtime manager, Gene Kilroy, stopped by to see how Mike's getting on with training. Now, we're not going to play this entire thing, but I am going to skim through it for you because there's some really cool moments. One of the first ones is Gene talking about how no one actually beat Mike, how Mike beat Mike. Let's take a listen.
I was just telling him, the only one ever beat Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
the bullshit. The fuck you don't want to hear it.
I do hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it because I know it.
Yeah, okay.
No one knows the
we'll tell you something. Okay.
Tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up.
Gene Kilroy, you don't know.
So I find that very interesting. And when you look at it, the whole interaction there, Mike is saying, tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up. He's kind of right. As much as I don't think Mike Tyson's the greatest heavyweight ever, I think he could have been. Think about it. Mike had the ability. He had the mental fortitude. He had the intimidation. He had all of the things that you wanted out of a heavyweight champion. And he was young. And then obviously, Cus D'Amato dying was huge for Mike's motivation, for, Mike's meaning as a heavyweight. And also the Buster Douglas loss made him a little less invincible. And some of the heavyweight divisions started to open up to potentially, a Mike Tyson fight. And then obviously Mike goes to jail. In the Holyfield fights, I thought Mike wasn't the best version of himself because of the jail time, obviously. But also, Evander Holyfield's one of the best ever, but he was on the juice. I'm sorry. Evander was on the juice, and I don't know why no one ever talks about it, but that was a major factor in those fights too. But, Mike obviously biting the ear, and he would self-sabotage when he was in positions where he was not winning. So while I do agree that there could have been a version of reality, let's say we're in the multiverse, where Mike Tyson, had he stayed on the straight and narrow, had he, had Cus not died, had he not gone to jail, these things happen. I do like the idea that Mike understands that he could have been better.
This is the strongest I've ever seen you. Yeah, the strongest I've ever. And I know you're in 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. I'm gonna tell you.
Jesus. I know he's 58. Look at the fucking unit that is Mike Tyson at 58. And listen, again, how do you have the will, the drive, the muscle memory, just the ability? He was at 300 pounds. He was gigantic. And again, this was years ago, but still, it's incredible, man.
What is that? Yeah, that's just like that.
That is, again, it's just fag work. I get that, but that is incredible to me. And maybe I'm glazing, whatever. But to move like that at 58, yeah, okay, it looks like an older Mike, but it doesn't look like a Mike that is so far removed that he forgot. Like, it doesn't look like he's still